What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Funky Fridays. I'm your host, Mood616, and yes, it is that time again. And thank you for joining me. Alrighty, so for this week, nothing too obscure. It's just an album I once again had a craving to listen to, and I'm trying to remember if someone actually requested this like months ago for me to do. I can't quite remember. I think it might have been, but regardless, if you did request this and you're watching, thank you. I'm doing it now. But anyways, this is an album that came out in 1994. It was the only album released, that was released part of this crew. And it's kind of a shame, man, because I really, really enjoyed this album. I've always loved this album ever since it came out. I bought it right when it first came out, and it did sound a little different than the rest of the stuff that they were doing at the time. But, with that said, I'm talking about Extra Prolific's Like It Should Be album. This is a combination of Dwayne Snoop Lee and Mike G. They're no longer affiliated with Hieroglyphics. To my knowledge, I know Mike G isn't. I don't know if Snoop is at all. I know there was some kind of falling out, I think with Mike G, and there's something to do with Casual's sister. I don't know. I don't want to spread rumors, but I just remember hearing something about that, and I think the reason why they ended up splitting from the Hiero crew is because the Hiero members said it was creative differences and stuff, but I don't really know if that could be true, because this album, it's made up of all the members, really. It says it's produced by, Snoop, Dwayne Snoop Lee. He produces 6 of the 14 tracks on here. The other songs are produced by, Mike G does the intro. There's 2 tracks produced by Domino, and there's 4 tracks produced by A+, and there's also another track produced by Casual. So there's theoretically more songs produced by Hiero members than actual, Snoop. Snoop handles most of the emceeing on this record. Mike G doesn't really have a big part. I don't even know why there is 2 people that make up this group, to be honest. Like I said, Snoop produced like 6 of the tracks on here, and he rhymes over every song. Getting into Snoop's vocals, he reminds me of, his voice reminds me of Boots from The Coop. For some weird reason, his voice just, I don't know, kind of reminds me. This is a really, really funky album. The beats are really, sample influenced, very, very funky bass lines, kind of different from what you were hearing back in those days. Really cool, soulful samples. Like at the end of Is It Right, produced by Domino. It's like this really cool sax sound. Now, it's something that Hieroglyphics didn't really use a lot. They didn't really use a lot of those sounds, ever really. That's why this album really sticks out. Every song on the album it's got this really kind of funky, kind of, soul-influenced sound to it. It's really unique sounding. Some of the stick-out tracks on here are Brown Sugar, Is It Right, Sweet Potato Pie, First Sermon's really dope, Now What is featuring OPO from Souls of Mischief. Go Back to School actually has Pep Love. It doesn't say it on the back here. The album's not really full of features. There's a song called Cash Money with Casual. It's a really short track. It's actually playing in the background right now. If you've never heard this album and you're a fan of Hieroglyphics, definitely check this shit out, man. It definitely sticks out. It's not obscure at all. I know it is out of print, but it's easy to find. Now, I was on Amazon, and the brand new albums were starting at like $70 or some stupid shit. But no, you can get used copies for relatively cheap. It did look like most of the used copies that were on Amazon were, punch copies and stuff. So, I don't know if you're into that, but I don't know. Even Discogs had it for pretty cheap. So like I said, not too obscure, but it is an album that I find is really unique sounding throughout it. It's a very enjoyable listen. It's typical Hiero content and stuff, nothing too extreme. They're just having fun on the mic. And it really does work. I think Snoop's voice is amazing on this record. And I don't really know, if anybody knows out there that's watching this right now, whatever happened to him, I don't know. I just like to know whatever happened with the fallout of, these guys in Hieroglyphics and stuff, because yeah, I mean, as far as I know, it was like creative control, or creative differences, and probably control. um, but yeah, just great production, great rhymes, a great listen. Um, what can I say, man? I'll be bumping this all day. Like, I have been bumping this quite a bit this week, and it's just fantastic. I mean, I can't say enough good things about this record. It's a little short, though. You know, there's 14 tracks, and it runs maybe 45 minutes, I'd say, somewhere around there. But definitely seek this one out, man. It's not hard to find, like I said. Relatively cheap for, I guess, used copies, but it is out of print, I will warn, like I said. And yeah, I love this record. Great samples, great beats. Check it out. So, that's going to be it for episode number 32, I believe it is. So, yeah, I'll be back next week with another episode. Hope you enjoyed that little overview of this record. I could not say enough. Check this out. You know, it's a great record. Anyways, guys, peace out.